So I'm like, no, I had knocked on the door and your roommate had let me in. The next thing that she says was, I actually don't want to hang out with you no more either. You had got that mad at me to the point where you said that you don't want to hang out with me no more either.
I just looked at my wrist, I got time today. Fuck it, I'm crossing the line today. The hate be so real, the love be fake. Be bumping they gums and bumping my tape. Don't go against me, they ask for my help. Go get out your feelings and get it yourself. Might got the same shoes, but you ain't gon' step. That shit that you just put out, you could've kept. Yup, she got a nigga, he got a shirt.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Gabe here, aka G's World TV, and I'm back with another video. As y'all can see from the title below, I'm finally coming at y'all with a story time. The story time is basically about the time that my ex-friend had cut me off because I accidentally walked in on her while she was getting undressed. Oh hell no! And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I've been holding back on like telling this story time because it's like I kind of feel like the whole situation was kind of like my fault, and plus it's like I kind of feel like some of y'all gonna judge me like when I start telling this story. So like, yeah, please keep our opinions to yourself. Like, you know, just don't come at me in the comments. Like, you know, just. And disclaimer: this is to not talk about her. This is not talking about her because it's like, you know, she was cool people. You know, I'm just like, you know, just trying to, like, you know, just tell y'all a story, like just trying to like give y'all a little story time before I get to the video. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Gabe. It is very nice to meet you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you've been here, welcome back. Y'all should already know what type of video this is. Yep, so let's hop right into the story time. So my ex-friend, I'm gonna name her Kim. So me and Kim, we had met through another friend of mine. I'm gonna name her Kenya. So I had met Kim through Kenya my freshman year, but me and Kim didn't actually hang out my freshman year. It's like we did speak, we did like know each other, but it's like we didn't really, you know, just hang out. We didn't really hang out that much. Most of the time I like see her with her cousin. I'm gonna name her cousin Addison, you know, cause she in the story time too. So I would see her in with Addison, and you know, like, cause you know, like that's who I used to see her with most of the time. So yeah, cause you know, like they were cousins, you know, like they was family. Me and Kim didn't really hang out until like the first semester of my freshman year, my sophomore year. We didn't start hanging out until like when we first moved in. So this situation had happened like 2 months after we had actually started hanging out. So this situation had happened back in October. I got acquainted with Kim through Kenya, and we didn't, like I said, I didn't really hang out with Kim that much. I really didn't hang out with Kenya that much either. Me and Kim, you know, we was like, you know, just have little conversations over the through text messages. She would talk about, you know, how, you know, she missed me, talk about how, you know, she how I was such a sweet friend, and you know, like all people in this story are all females basically. So basically we got Kim, which is the main girl that I'm talking about, like my ex-friend, Kim's cousin, we're gonna Addison, and the girl who I met Kim through, Kenya, yeah, that's her. And then we got Kim's roommate, I'm gonna name her Genevieve. And then my close friend who I grew up with, I'm gonna name her Nicole, even though she's not really a part of the situation. Basically, she was, you know, she still, you know, had something to say about it. So basically me and Kim would hang out. You know, we would hang out, go eat in the cafe, and you know, whatnot. Sometimes I like well, not all the time, I would go hang out in her room. This situation had happened at night, so I really didn't hang out, go to her room with her at night time. Basically, I was like, there was like what, 5% of the time, but the remaining 95%, like it was during the daytime, like after we came from the calf, or like when I really didn't have class. Every time like we was like hang out, like go eat the calf, I would like come to her room and get her. Like I would like text her and like say, hey, I'm on the way to your room. And you know, sometimes like, you know, most of the time, like we really didn't eat in the calf like mostly all the time, like we would go, you know, just hang out in the cabin basically. So I would like, you know, tell her that, yo, hey, I'm coming up to your room and whatnot. Like, and sometimes, like, you know, she would let me know, hey, okay, like, you know, just let me know if you come to the room, like, to just like let me know, like, so I could, like, you know, come out. Sometimes, you know, I would like wait for her at the door and like wait for her to come out, because, you know, like, you know, I was just being a good friend of hers. I was being a good friend of hers, because, you know, like, me and her was like, you know, me and Kim, we was cool people. Excuse me. Sorry. I don't know why I don't know why I get congested every time I talk for a long time. You know, like, that's literally the background information. Like, if I come up with some more background information, if it comes to my mind, like, I'm like, you know, just mention it during the story time, like later in the video. But, you know, let's get started with the story time. One night I was in a friend of mine's room. I'm really not gonna give her a name, because, you know, she ain't got to do with the situation basically. Well, she kind of had like something to say about the situation, but she didn't really have, you know, she wasn't really part of it, because she didn't know Kim. She didn't really know Kim for real. So basically I was in her room, and it was me, her sweet mate, which is friends with her basically, and it was another friend of theirs. So we was all chilling in the room basically, and I decided that I wanted to go ask Kim if she wanted to go hang out, go out and eat, hang out and eat in the calf the next day. So if y'all don't know, like basically, like, in their dorm, like Kim's dorm, basically there's one side of the dorm, and then there's another side of the dorm. You know, we have east and then we have west. So basically the friends who I was with, they stayed on the same floor as Kim. So basically I had walked to the other side. I had walked to the other side of the dorm, basically to like, cause that's where Kim stayed. So I walked down the hall, and I'm going to her room, and I noticed that I see her standing out in the hallway. She talking on the phone basically. So I see her talking on the phone, and it sounded like she was like on an important call. Basically, it wasn't like her family. It was like one of her friends from her hometown basically. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe like I should like just wait for her, like, you know, just to get off the phone, so I could, like, you know, just like, you know, just talk to her real quick basically. Well, it's like I really didn't want to just talk to her. I just wanted to, you know, just like, you know, just hang with her, hang in her room for a little while, because, you know, like I said, like, me and her was cool people. So she was out in the hallway talking on the phone, and I'm like, and I was waiting, and I didn't want to, like, you know, just blurt out anything, just like, you know, just while she talking on the phone, cause like that's rude. While she was on the phone, it's like I noticed that she was like telling her friend about something, and it sounded like Kim sounded kind of frustrated while she was talking on the phone about it. So I'm like, okay, well, I wanted to, you know, like I said, I wanted to hang out with her and like talk to her for a little bit, but at the same time, I didn't want to interrupt the conversation because I didn't want to be rude. She walked back in her room basically. I don't know why I didn't just walk in with her basically, but I decided that I wanted to go back to my other friend's room just to you know, just to wait for a little bit. I walked back to my other friend's room. So like a few minutes passed by, and I decided to go back to Kim's room and, you know, see what was up. If y'all don't know like how their dorm is set up, it's like you have a door, and excuse me, like you have a door. You have like the front door, which is like the door to like the common area, which is like the suite. Basically, it's like you open the door, and then you have like a room to your right and then a room to your left. Basically, my dorm and her dorm were both co-ed. Basically, they were both upperclassmen dorms. So basically, how my dorm was set up, you open the door, and it's like you have two doors in front of you. Basically, you have one on the right side and one on the left side. It's like they're both right beside each other, basically. But as like, you know, in Kim and Genevieve's room, the rooms are like across from each other. So I knock on the door, and it's like her roommate Genevieve. She lets me in. So Genevieve opens the door. I walk in the room, and it's like I noticed that she was still talking on the phone. I'm like, dang, she's still on the phone. Like that must been a real long, important conversation. So it's like, but luckily she was about to hang up the phone, so she told her friend bye. So it's like, as I told, so she hung up, so she hangs up the phone, and as soon as she hangs up the phone, I moved the curtain back. Their room, Kim and Genevieve's room, is like basically like both of their sides of the room are both divided by closets, like like they're movable, like like you can like move them around if you want some privacy. You just like put and my ring light cut off. Hold on. If you want some privacy from your roommate, you just have like the closet. Not the closet, the curtain. And thank the Lord Jesus that she was not naked. Now, if she was naked, that would have been a different story. So it's like she had on like a tank top, like this, as y'all can see, like through my shirt. She had like a tank top and she had a towel around her waist. So as I move the curtain back, she turns around, her mouth drops. She like, police! Help! Help! And I'm like, oh, my bad. And I told her like, hey, I was trying to ask you if you want to come and eat out at the cafe with me. And then she had got mad at me. She was like, no, not at all, bro. And then and I'm like, well, okay then. Like, if you don't want to eat out with me, hey, that's on you. And plus, I felt bad that I accidentally walked in on her while she was getting undressed. I thought that she still had her clothes on, and I thought that she was just sitting on her bed, basically just sitting on the phone. Basically, I thought she was just chilling, just laying on her bed. Basically, I walk out, and I also, like I said, I felt bad that I had walked in on her while she was changing. As I'm walking back to my friend's room, I get a text from Kim saying she was talking about how she was like, that was so rude of you coming to my room without letting me know or saying before you came. And then I'm like, you didn't hear me knocking on the door? And then Kim was like, so if I didn't hear you knocking at the door, you think you just have the right to just walk in? And then I had told her that so I'm like, no, I had knocked on the door and your roommate had let me in, and I didn't really know that you were gonna get in the shower until I heard you say it at the last minute. And then she was like, you don't just come to my room unannounced, like this, overstep your boundaries. And then I told her that and I had apologized to her about it. So I'm like, okay, like my bad, I was wrong for that. And then I told her that, but your roommate had let me in, but your roommate didn't say anything. She didn't tell me that you would change it. She didn't tell me that you was in the shower or anything. Because she didn't. Genevieve didn't. Then she was like, don't nobody gotta tell you, you just don't show up at people's rooms unannounced. I don't like that. I don't with that. And then she was like, how was Genevieve supposed to know? What she had said next is what got me. The next thing that she says was, I actually don't want to hang out with you no more either.
Hell no!
So I am confusion.
You mean to tell me that you had got that mad at me to the point where you said that you don't want to hang out with me no more either? What I had said was, I'm like, didn't I just tell you that your roommate had let me in? And I had told her it wasn't fully my fault. And then she was talking about how, she stood on what she said. Don't come to my room no more. She was basically repeating the same stuff over and over again. And then I'm like, okay, well, if you don't want to be my friend, and if you don't want to hang out with me no more, that's literally on you. Because it's like, I'm sorry that I was trying to be a good friend. I'm sorry that I was trying to pay you a visit. And then I'm like, and I told her that, there's literally nothing for her to just cut me off about.
And y'all, I had left out some stuff that I was intending on adding as part of the story time, but I also kind of feel like, as her male friend, as a guy, as a male, I kind of feel like whether I was coming back to the room or not, she could have told me, hey, if you plan on coming back to the room, come back a little bit later, because I'm about to get undressed, because I'm about to get in the shower, and I'm gonna call you or text you and let you know when you can come back. And this part where I was telling y'all, where I was apologizing to her about being a good friend, as I was telling her that, I also told her, well, if she want to argue, then let's argue. Mind y'all, we arguing through text message. And then she texts me back and she's saying, I'm not arguing with you, I'm just trying to tell you how it was. But I kind of feel like she was trying to argue with me because I could literally feel her energy through the text messages. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel like this whole situation was just a bunch of straight up bull. Like, you know, like that's really nothing for her to cut me off about. So I kind of feel like she just overreacted about the whole situation.
And then she was talking about how, you know, like, it's not my first time. She was like talking about how it's not my first time doing it, and, you know, all that. And I'm like, what you mean it's not my first time doing it? Because it's like every time I come to your room, it's like I literally text you or call you and let you know that I'm coming. Well, basically, I understand that she was telling me that, you know, like, you know, it was rude for me, like, you know, just come to the room without letting her know, and, you know, like, just like the whole boundaries, like setting the whole boundary thing. Because, you know, I respect that. So I'm glad that she told me, because, you know, I understand why she said that, because, you know, she was just trying to set a boundary with me. But what pissed me off even more was that she had cut me off about it. I don't see how you just cut somebody off just because they accidentally walk in on you while you getting undressed, and just because you think that they just show up at your room unannounced constantly. Me personally, it's like I don't just barge in nobody's room like it's my room. Like what I look like just walking up in somebody's room like it's my room. Like what they do to that. If I'm sitting out in the hall with you, while you know that I want to talk to you, and then I go to another friend of mine's room, and then I come back to your room, like, that's literally, I don't really see how that's coming to your room unannounced. It's me walking into your room while you was getting undressed. That was an accident. It's not like I intentionally do it. It's the fact that she was literally acting like I intentionally did it. Your roommate was the one that let me in. I kept telling her that. Like, her roommate Genevieve was the one that let me in. And the fact that you said that, how was she supposed to know? You're her roommate. Y'all roommates. And plus the shower is right there. So I kind of feel like, as her roommate, I kind of feel like if you knew that somebody was coming over, I kind of feel like, as her roommate, I kind of feel like you should tell her, hey, if somebody coming over, or if my friend Gabe come to look for me, hey, tell them that, you know, I'm in the shower right now. Tell them to come back, or, you know, like something like that. If I move the curtain back, I kind of feel like you could have moved the back, or like, and said like, hold on, I'm getting undressed real quick. I'm about to get in the shower real quick. So, and I'm like, who are you to like cut me off over something like that? And then she was like, I don't give a. I could cut you off like if I feel uncomfortable. Yeah, my camera right there. Hold on. Not only that, it's not just your room, it's also Genevieve's room. It's also her room also. So basically, it's like you acting like that's just your room. Then she got the nerve to call me a stalker.
What did he say?
You mean to tell me you had the nerve to call me a stalker when you was the one that gave me your room number? Now, if I hadn't known your room number, I wouldn't have came to your room. Right? She told me, like, you know, just leave the whole situation alone, and, you know, and then she threatened that she was gonna block me. I told her that that's what I was trying to tell you. I was trying to tell her to just leave it at that. And then the last thing that I said before we, like, you know, departed friendships, I told her that that's all I gotta say. And she didn't reply back. She didn't reply back to me or nothing. And mind y'all, I'm in my other friend's room while we're going back and forth, and I'm telling them like what's going on, like while we arguing. I had ran into one of Kim's suite mates in the hallway, and then I had told her the situation, and then she was talking about how, you know, it was crazy, how, you know, what she did was crazy. Genevieve wasn't really paying attention to the situation, but Genevieve was the last person that I told the situation to. And then I had told the other suite mate, which was my ex-roommate's girlfriend, one of my ex-roommate's girlfriend. I had told her about it. So basically the suite mates had both said the same thing, that what Kim did was crazy. Like I said, me and her was cool people, me and her was close, and y'all already know, like, losing a close friend is crazy. It really messes with you. It really messes with you a lot, like losing a close friend. The next day, I go to the calf, which is the day that I was supposed to go to the calf with Kim. So I had sat with her cousin, Kim's cousin, Addison and Kenya. I sat with them, and then I had told Addison, I'm talking to Addison, and Kenya is just listening. So I told Addison the situation, how we was arguing back and forth through text message, and then Addison was like, personally, Kim had every right to say that. Okay. And then Kenya had added on to it. She was like, yeah, because you invade her privacy. I had told them that, you know, because, like, you know, I didn't really mean to. The thing about it is that they're cousins, but they don't f each other for either. She says something else, but like I still can't remember what she said. Addison was like, but you know, it was like a little mishap. You know, it was a little mistake. You know, you're gonna be all right. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be all right. Yeah, I am gonna be all right. 4 days later, it was like I was hanging with my friend Nicole. My close friend that I told y'all that who I grew up with. I was hanging with her like mostly that day. I think I had went to her room. I went to Nicole's room. So we had went to the we had went to the calf. I think I don't know. I don't know if I had ran into her after. I don't know if I ran into Genevieve after I went to the calf. I had ran into Genevieve and I had told Genevieve I had told Genevieve about what happened. So I had told, as I'm telling Genevieve the situation, Nicole, she's standing aside, you know, she's just listening, you know, whatnot. But I forgot to tell y'all that Kenya and Nicole were both roommates. They were both roommates freshman year. So I'm telling Genevieve the situation. Nicole, she's standing right beside me, and she was like, and they both agreed on the fact that it sounds like that Kim was waiting a long time to cut me off. Like, if you didn't want to hang out with me for real, like, you know, just you could have just said that. Nicole knows all three of them. Knows Kim, Kenya, and Addison. Nicole knows all three of them. So basically, Nicole also had said that it sounded like that Kim was trying to use me. And I'm like, that, like, you know, like that do kind of sound right, because it's like that, like, because that's really nothing. That situation was really nothing to cut me off about. So she was talking about how, you know, like Kim, Kenya, and Addison, all three of them, like, you know, like to use people, you know, like all that. Kenya, Addison, and Nicole, all three of them stay in the same dorm, because like I said, like Nicole and Kenya were roommates freshman year. Since that night that me and Kim had gotten into it, I never spoke to this girl. I've never talked to her. I've never hung out with her. Basically, we left our friendship for dead. It's gone. It's throw it away. Like, you know, it's just gone in the wind. Like, you know, I love that friendship for the birds. To this day, we still haven't talked. Like, we haven't texted since then. So.
And y'all, what was crazy was the fact that I was steady trying to talk to this girl, like steady trying to speak to her, steady wanting to go back to being friends with her, when I knew good and well that was not gonna happen, because like I said, she said that she stood on what she said. Me and her, you know, we stopped being cool, and ever since, you know, that situation, you know, I've always made 100% sure that every time I come to my friends' rooms like that, I always let them know in advance, let them know ahead of time, like let them know, like, you know, call or text them and tell them that, you know, I'm on their way to their rooms, because, you know, like, I really don't want to end up in the same situation again.
Yeah, I think, yeah. So basically, Kim found herself like a set of new friends. So I'm like, hey, if you like it, I love it. If you happy, I'm happy. She got her friends, I got my friends. Hey, we all happy. I would see Genevieve around, like, which is Kim's roommate. Sometimes I would see Genevieve around. Sometimes I would like speak to her, like say, ask her, like, I would be like, what, like, is Kim, how Kim doing? And then she would talk about how, you know, like they don't like Genevieve would be like she don't really know, because like they don't really talk no more. Kim and Genevieve don't talk no more. Me and Kim don't talk no more. Kim and Addison don't talk no more. And I think Kim and Kenya don't talk no more either. Basically, so like everybody who I mentioned in this story, Kim don't talk to no more, basically. Oh yep, that's basically the end of the story. The fact that Kim tried to use me just to hang out with her, like, you know, like, that's just crazy. Like, that's just insane. I really hope that y'all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you do the one most important thing. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe, so that way you can be notified whenever I post my content, and that way y'all won't be disappointed. Like I said, me and Kim, we don't talk no more. You know, we just left our friendship for the birds, so we just left it alone. I'm still cool with Addison and Kenya. Like, me and Genevieve, we don't really know each other like that for real, but it's like, you know, I do speak to her. You know, we speak, you know, every time, you know, walk past her, you know, I just, you know, do a little wave and, you know, like, you know, just add a little how you doing and, you know, all that. Make sure, you know, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next story time and the next video. Love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Peace out.
Why? You can't compete when you can't compare. She ate the dick through my underwear. Got up and got herself out of there. I see they put me on memes and things. Don't speak on my life without knowing the real. 8 figures a year, what it cost me to live.